Bill Watts was the Vince Lombardi of professional wrestling. I mean, you you either learned a lot from Bill or you left.
Right.
Because Bill forced you to think, forced you to work hard, and his was he would motivate you by intimidation. Bill Watts was a bully, and he's always been a bully. Bill, if you see this, you were always a bully. But I'm telling you, he knew the business, and he learned from one of the best. Eddie Graham was, without a doubt, one of the best psychologists in the wrestling business for years and years. And but he was a bully, and he was a man. And I believe if you guys have already interviewed, I think
Right.
Bill. I mean, I think Bill will tell you he was a man driven by money and success, and had a strong ego, overpowering ego. But the guy was good. I mean, the guy was good. But he was a slave driver. I mean, long, miserable trips, and long trips and fair money. Not until you got to be a star. But once I became one of his stars, I was treated pretty good. I've always respected Bill. Always respected his ability and his talent. I've always thought that in today, he ranks it among one of the sharpest as far as the psychology of the business, how to book wrestling, how to make this stories work.
How did his company change when it went national?
Not really a whole lot of change in that. All that was, the reason that it didn't work was it was too little, too late. By the time Bill realized what Vince was doing and that it was working,
Right.
it was too late. It was already too late. Bill didn't have the connections that Vince had in New York. I mean, New York is New York. So many other things. If you want to see if something's going to make it, try it in New York. If it catches fire, it'll go everywhere.
Right.
And but what amazes me is to this day, there is almost a cult following of Mid-South wrestling. I mean, I have guys come to me all the time and say, "Man, we loved the UWF. We loved Mid-South wrestling," and the demand for all those old tapes is huge.
Yeah.
My understanding across the country.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the best promotions I've ever watched.
Yeah, it was great.
What are some of your memories teaming with Steve Williams?
Dr. Death, man, I tell you what. Yeah. Well, one of the biggest jobs